You know, jerk baits will catch fish right out of the box without a doubt, especially the Megabass jerk baits. But there's a few things I do to them that seems like they add up to a few more fish I want to share with you. First of all, the 110 series, which I use quite a bit, hooks are real important on this bait because this bait is really finely tuned to the hooks that come on the bait. These come with the Megabass outbarb Katsawage hooks. These are fairly light wire hooks. They allow this particular bait to suspend or to float up real slow. So, you know, I stay with the stock Megabass hooks that come on it. They're super sticky sharp. Once you get one barb in the fish, they're not coming off. But what I will do as far as, you know, to adjust the rate of sink or suspension on the bait is I add suspend strips to them, because I like my jerk baits to either suspend perfectly or sink slowly in real cold water. And there's some keys to doing this. One of the things that'll really help you is to take like a kitchen Brillo pad and scrape that finish on between the first and second hook. You know, it'll allow this suspend strip to adhere. And these suspend strips, they don't stick worth a dang when you just put them on them. So what I like to do is I take a little bit of super glue on the back side of it there, stick it down on the bait, and then take your fingernail and just sort of push this suspend strip down on the edges, and this gets it really secured really good. Most of the time, if I'm fishing in the wintertime in real cold water, I want the bait to sink maybe a foot every 10 seconds, a real slow fall. So by putting a full suspend strip on there, which will probably cause this bait to sink a little faster than that, I can modify that myself with a knife by cutting pieces off of that. That's the first thing I do. Second modification I'll make on these, a lot of times, as you notice here, is I'll add an extra split ring. Sometimes I'll add 2 split rings because jerkbait fish are notorious about coming up and nipping at the thing. A lot of people that fish jerkbaits, you'll see your line jump and nothing's there and they're coming up and nipping at it. And I found by taking and adding an extra split ring, or 2 or 3, sometimes I've used 3 split rings on that, it sets that treble hook back a little bit more and you'll get those short nipping fish. And the third thing I like to do a lot of times is if you're having a problem again with these short strikers, in addition to adding that split ring, is I'll take some red fingernail polish, and I only do this if the fish are hitting short, and I'll take this red fingernail polish and I'll just dab it on the gills here, and I'll put me some red gills on the bait. Real subtle like that. And what that does, it gives the fish sort of a strike point, a strike reference point. A lot of times they key in on that red on the head, and it helps them get that bait just a little bit further back in the mouth there. As far as hook sizes go, most of the time I'll stay with the stock Megabass Katsawage hook, particularly if I'm fishing a lake that has a lot of smallmouth or spotted bass. This is a great hook, a great size for that. But a lot of times if I'm fishing an area that's got bigger fish, cover that they can get into and ball up in, say if I'm fishing over grass where those fish will dig down that grass and I need a little bit more power to get them out, I'll upgrade to the next size hook that's on the Edo Shiner. You can see the difference on there. And I'll put that on the Megabass 110, and this gives me a lot bigger bite gap, a little bit stiffer hook. Other than that, I'll stay with the pretty much stock hooks on the 110. But that's pretty much the modifications I do to them. There's not a whole lot to it.